So this one is June 2022 paper. Luminosity axis of a Hertzsprung-Russell diagram has a logarithm scale. Which of the following is a reason? When log scale is there, the main purpose of using a log scale is to reduce the interval. Because like when you take a logarithm scale for plotting, it means you reduce the interval. So the stars all have the large luminosity. The range of a luminosity is very, because the main purpose of the logarithm scale is to reduce the range. Like if I want to plot a graph for from 2 to 2 million, so it will be hard to plot them on the same scale. That's why the range, whenever logarithm scales are there, like ionization energy of the elements, atoms, that is also logarithm scale because it has a range, like greater range is there. A mass hung from a spring and set into vertical oscillation. Which of the following quantity, the amplitude of oscillation is unchanged. The mass is then, now the frequency of oscillation is double. So we have the formula like V is equals to R omega and omega is equals to 2 pi F. So if the frequency has double, what happened to the velocity? Velocity will be double, kinetic energy will be 4 times. And what happened to period of oscillation? Time period and frequency are reciprocal. If the frequency is double, the time period will be half. So the time period of oscillation will be half. The maximum velocity will be double. The kinetic energy will be 4 times. The maximum acceleration is A is equals to R omega square. Like acceleration is equals to R omega square, and omega is 2 pi F. So we can write 2 pi F whole square. So if frequency is double, A will be 4 times as well. So which is double, the velocity will be doubled. Which of the following does not have the base unit and unit second inverse? Angular velocity, uh, redshift, like the base unit does not have second inverse. Angular velocity omega is equals to, which is radian per second or radian second inverse. Frequency is second inverse. Decay, how many radiation emit out per second? But redshift is actually, redshift even does not have a unit, is a ratio between change in length over original length. So it's a ratio comparison, and comparisons cannot have the units. Like refractive index does not have unit, it's a comparison. Strain does not have a unit, it's a comparison. Like change in length over ratio between change in length and original length. A communication satellite of a mass 935 is orbiting, radius is 4 times the Earth. So means this total distance is 4 times the radius of Earth. Which of the following? So how to work out? We have the formula that G is equals to capital G M over R square. So radius of the is 4 times 4R. So this increases by, so this will decrease by 16. So if the gravity decreases by 16, the weight should also decrease by 16. So we work out the weight like 935 times the gravity, which is 9.81 divided by 16. So that matches with 935 times 9.81 divided by 935 times 9.81, and that is the final answer divided by 16, which is 573. So B will be the right answer. In question 5, which row in the table shows a condition required for a core of a star for a fusion to be the density should be high and the temperature should also be high, because high density and high temperature to overcome the force of attraction, and high density so that more particles will collide. The gravitational field strength at the surface of Earth is G. Another planet has the same density as Earth, but twice the radius. What is the gravitational field strength on the surface of this planet? So G is equals to capital G M over R square. The density is same. Density is mass, but the radius is like this. Density is same. And remember the relation between the gravity and what about the mass? Because capital G M over R. And what about the mass? Like when we compare, if the density is mass over volume. So the mass will be density times the volume. Density and the volume is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So because we have to check the change in both of them. So radius is in the question, radius is twice. If the radius is twice, so 2 raised to power 3 will be 8. So this will increase by 8, the mass. So the value of a gravity is proportional to mass. So mass has increased by 8. So means the gravity should increase by 8. But it is inversely proportional to radius square. So if the radius is double, so this will decrease, vary with the square. So this will decrease by 4. Sorry, I wrote here divide, but it should be multiply. Here multiplied by 8 and divided by 4. So if the gravity is multiplied by 8 and divided by 4, so the gravity will be twice. So B will be the right answer. Is it clear? Because both are changing, the mass is changing and the size is also changing. The density is constant. That's why we use both of them. A fixed mass of a gas occupied a constant volume, temperature increase. Which statement is not true? Temperature increase, so temperature is directly proportional to pressure. Internal energy increases. Internal energy is sum of kinetic plus potential. When we add the kinetic energy plus the potential energy, we get the internal energy. So temperature is increasing, so kinetic energy increase, internal will also increase. The mean kinetic energy increases, that is true. The mean momentum of molecule increases. The momentum of the molecule, the momentum is a product of mass and velocity. The average of the momentum, if the question was a momentum of molecule increase, then it's fine. But it is written mean momentum, average momentum. Average momentum won't change. Why? If you see, like if it is having a momentum of 10 kilogram meter per second, when it strike and bounce back, it will have a momentum of minus 10 kilogram meter per second. So what is the average? 10 plus, like it is 10 plus and then minus 10 divided by 2. So average momentum will be 0. So mean momentum or average momentum will not change. Momentum will change, but mean momentum will not change. The pressure will increase as well. So other factors are increasing. That's why C is the right answer. Like if they say average velocity will increase, then also it is wrong. Why average velocity? Because when you take an average, you will get a root means square velocity will change, but not the average velocity. The Boyle's law states under the condition that the pressure of a gas is inversely proportional to volume. Which of the following condition is not necessary? Volume and pressure are inversely proportional. The first condition, it must be ideal gas. The mean kinetic energy of the temperature should be constant. The molecule of a gas must be identical. That is not the condition. We can have a mixture of the gas as well, but if we increase the pressure, the volume will decrease. A number of molecule must stay constant. Like that is the statement of a Boyle's law. For a fixed mass of a gas at a constant temperature, the pressure of a gas is inversely proportional to volume, and the gas is behaving ideally because real gases contradict. The bismuth decay from stable isotope thallium. Which of the following shows the number of thallium atom in a sample of a bismuth vary? So in the beginning, because bismuth decay to form thallium. So in the beginning, we don't have thallium. So amount should increase. In the beginning, the increase like greater amount, because if 100 atoms are there, if the 100 atom of bismuth out of 100, 50 and 50, 50 bismuth, 50 thallium, then out of 50 again decay. So in the beginning, there will be a like greater proportion change, but later small proportion change. That's why D is the right. A and B are totally wrong. We are left with C and D, but C shows that the proportion that in, because this is a time axis. So first the change was greater, like first we got 50 in 1 second, then 25, then like 25 is there, then 50 is there, then 75, and then 100. So in the beginning, the proportion change in proportion was greater, but later the change in proportion is smaller as less particles of bismuth decay. Then this is a velocity graph. So simple harmonic. First identify which graph is this. This is minus sign. So what is the derivative of minus the velocity? What is the derivative of minus sign? It will be minus cosine. Because like if you remember, sine theta is cosine theta, minus sine theta is minus. And what will the displacement then? The displacement is always opposite, so displacement will be cosine. So displacement graph should be cosine and expression graph will be minus cosine. So which is a displacement graph? So we look for cosine graph, which is A. So just check the graph, the equation which match, and then from the derivative, you can work out the other. Is it clear?